Hello and welcome to yet another episode wherein we predict today the Pakistan squad for the upcoming Women's World Cup in New Zealand. Yes, Pakistan did qualify based on their rankings recently, but yeah, they are into the World Cup, and I see that their 15-member squad should not be a lot changed from what they played at the global qualifiers in Zimbabwe. Today on this episode of Fantasy Akhada Presents The Outside View powered by Fastenum, I predict the Pakistan squad for the upcoming Women's World Cup. Generally, I start with the batters and then move on and end with the pacers, but I'll take the reverse approach today. There is some reason to it. I'll start with the pacers for that matter. Let me start with the pacers. I think so. The first member who's made her way to the list, just like Megan Shoot does for Australia, is Diana Baig. Diana Baig had an incredible 2021, starting with that South Africa series, wherein she was the breakthrough player along with Alia Riaz, who makes that all-rounders list, by the way. So Diana Baig is there, and the young Fatima Sana. I think so. These will be the two pacers, proper pacers for Pakistan. Now let's come down to the spinners list. You can't ignore Anam Amin. The way she's bowled in T20Is or ODIs over the last few years, Anam Amin deserves her place. She can bowl in the power play, she can bowl the middle overs, the death overs. Anam Amin makes that particular squad for the World Cup. The two other players I have just picked up from the squad that they played in the qualifiers. I just pick up Nashra Sandhu from there. I pick up Sadia Iqbal. I think so. These will be the two players who will play that World Cup in New Zealand. Let's come to that all-rounders list. I think so. This is where Pakistan is very much like Australia and is very much packed. Alia Riaz leads that list with the incredible 2022 that she had. There's no chance Alia Riaz was missing on this. Alia Riaz is going to be one of that first members on that list in form, and too much in form that the other bowlers or batters need to fear of her. So Alia Riaz makes that World Cup squad alongside Iram Javed. I expect Iram Javed to play that similar kind of a role which Alia Riaz would play. Then how can we ignore Nida Dar? I think so, big match player, the only player who's played from Pakistan in the WBBL for Sydney Thunder. She represented last year, so I think so Nida Dar makes that list. And Kainat Imtiaz should make that list, but she'll be more of that player who does not play in the playing 11 unless and until some injury or something happens to some other player. Let's move on to the wicket keepers. I think so the first choice wicket keeper would always be Muneeba Ali Siddiqui. She'll be donning the glove. She'll be opening the batting for them. A lot of coaches have put her in very high regards, and I think so Muneeba Ali Siddiqui should be that first wicket keeper on that list. And yes, of course we will have Sidra Nawaz, but I think so she'll be more of a backup to Muneeba Ali in case Muneeba Ali's willow does not do a lot of great things for her. Nawaz is going to pick that gloves for Siddiqui's replacement in the second half of the tournament, in case that happens. But Pakistan would be praying that Muneeba Ali Siddiqui just performs to her best level possible. Let's come down to that batters list. Yeah, I think so. Everyone is waiting why I've put that batters list at the end, but there is a reason to it. I think so. Batters. How many slots have I left open? I think so I've left open 4 slots. Yeah, let's go on to the first slot. Javeria Khan. I think so. She's not in form. There are a lot of questions that does Javeria Khan deserve the captaincy? Does Javeria Khan deserve to be in that batting lineup? And a lot of other questions are put into place. But I think so with the kind of experience and everything that Javeria brings to the table, it's very hard to ignore her. She'll definitely make that World Cup squad. I do not have my doubts. I am very clear Javeria Khan makes that World Cup squad alongside the young Umaima Sohail. Umaima Sohail, a lot of people say that she's been one of the most consistent batters there in the Pakistan domestic circuit. and I see no doubt why Umeima Sohail should not play in that first 11. I'll definitely back her at number 3-4. And one more player, she had 100 last year against the West Indies, Sidra. She's opened that innings. A lot of people criticize her for being slow, but that's what most of the Pakistan batting lineup is all about. And I think so she needs to improve from the strike rate of 60 to a bit of 80s and 90s, which is consistent with the bat. And I think so that's where Sidra Amin is going to come into picture. If one of the openers does not do well, I think so Sidra Amin makes that squad. Let's come down to the 15th member in that list, and this is my favorite. I'm going to predict that Bisma Maroof makes a return to that Pakistan World Cup team. She's been out, was pregnant, delivered a baby, but if recent photos are anything to go by, the last 1 month or more than a month she's been practicing, she's been training, and with the World Cup still 2.5 months away, I completely feel Bisma Maroof is going to come back to the squad and also captain the Pakistan squad at the World Cup. I think so that number 3, number 4 slot that I was going to give it to Umeima Sohail, Sohail may have to wait her time, because I feel Bisma Maroof is going to make that World Cup squad. And yes, she's going to captain. That's my 15 for the Pakistan. Let's come down to the 3 reserves that I have in place. The first reserve, I think so, I'm just taking the player who played the qualifier. Aisha Zafar is going to be my batting reserve. She was in the 15 for the qualifiers. Bisma replaces her in my 15 for the World Cup, so Zafar automatically becomes my batting reserve. The all-rounder reserve, I have the young Aisha Naseem. I don't know why she didn't make that global qualifiers. She would have been in my 15 had she made that global qualifiers, but because Pakistan dropped her, I don't know the reason why. She should definitely still make that reserve category at the World Cup. She's more of a Shafali Verma skew level. I do expect a lot of things from Aisha Naseem, and I feel she should be in the 15. But since Pakistan did not consider her at the global qualifiers, I have Naseem as my all-rounder reserve. And my pace bowling reserve, I have Ayman Anwar. I already have 4 spinners in my team, including Nida Dar, and that's the reason I'm just adding a bit of more pace. I'm having Ayman Anwar in my team for the World Cup. So this is my 15 plus 3 at the World Cup for the Pakistan team. The big news being, I predict Bisma Maroof is going to make that return, and Bisma Maroof is going to lead the Pakistan squad at the World Cup. That's the big thing, I think so, for Pakistan, and Pakistan would be praying that that happens, because there's no batter better than Bisma Maroof in that Pakistan country at the moment, and I feel they'll be all praying for that return. This is all from the predicted Pakistan squad on Fantasy Akhada presents The Outside View, powered by Fast Enough. You let me know whether you feel Bisma Maroof is going to make a return at the World Cup. Do you feel there's going to be any change from the one I predicted into that 18-member squad at the World Cup? If so, please do share your comments. We'll be keeping an eye on those.